Welcome to On The Ascent Health. I'm going to talk about why am I making this podcast and who am I? This podcast is created for me to learn. It's created for you to learn, for you to join me on this learning journey. My goal is to raise awareness about areas of health that are not often discussed. It's also for me to know as a practitioner who to refer people to. I'm a chiropractor. I cannot do everything. I think it takes a community to have a well-rounded, holistic approach to health. And I want to know who is the best at what and where I should send people to. So I am a chiropractor. I like to incorporate research and evidence base into my practice. I would say I'm a little bit of a chiro skeptic in terms of some of the claims that other chiropractors might make that I haven't seen the evidence for. Not to say that they might not be true, but I don't say things that I am not sure about or that I haven't seen in research. I would say my guests that I have on, I am not requiring them to be 100% research backed. They do not need to submit research articles to support what they're saying on the podcast. But in general, I'm trying to bring you an evidence-based approach to health, talking about things that I believe are important, things that I believe that are really important as we hit this midlife. So that's a little bit about me. I would say I blinked and all of a sudden I was 41, which I believe is midlife. It's often called over the hill. And I'd like it to be neither the middle of my life nor be over the hill. I think I'll either stay on top of this hill or maybe I'll even go climb my next mountain. And especially I have young kids, and if I want to see and hang out with my grandchildren, I need to live essentially forever. So living a long and healthy life is really important for me. So while I'm just coming out of this fog of babies, I understand from the rest of the outside world that perimenopause and menopause is looming. So we are going to explore that phase of life, what happens in perimenopause, menopause, decreasing estrogen, how our bodies change, what happens with our hormones, and what we can do to stay on top of our health, right? We want to be in our prime. We want to be feeling good. Probably we want to be looking decent. And we're going to talk about ways to do that. So I believe that it takes work to take care of yourself. So I'm not here to throw out a whole bunch of hacks and easy fixes because I don't think that there's easy fixes for everything. I believe we need to take accountability for our health, right? The outside world, it's full of stress. It's full of toxins. The environment is, kind of crushing us. But I don't think we need to use those as our excuses to just give up and go on the decline. I think that we need to take responsibility for our health. There are so many things that we can do to not only maintain where we're at, but to get better and healthier. So that is what we're talking about. So if you're going to listen to this podcast, the first thing I want you to do is to decide that you're going to take charge of your own health. This is your decision. Take accountability for your health. If you can do that, then you can keep listening to this podcast. Second, once you've decided to take accountability for your health, then when you're listening to this podcast, weigh what people say. Don't blindly believe everything that people say, right? I'm trying to get great guests out here, but I don't know exactly what they're going to say ahead of time. So please do your own research. Then, as you listen to each episode, please choose things to apply. Don't try to do everything, right? There's going to be, we're going to be talking about gut health. We're going to be talking about fitness. We're going to be talking about hormones. You can't do everything at once. Choose what you can do and what's going to make the most difference in your health. I want this podcast to be applicable. I want you to be in better health because of it. I want you to feel better because of it. Finally, once you've decided what you're going to do, decide why you want to do it, right? Having that reason why you're going to do something, why you want to make the changes makes all of the difference. So one for me, I have really heavy kids. They are currently 2 and 4. They both weigh almost 40 pounds and they love to be held. they love to be thrown in the air. And so for me, that's motivation to stay strong. Also, like having kids later in my life, right? I need to live longer, stay healthier so that I can enjoy time with them. That's my motivation to keep my brain healthy so that, when I'm an old grandma, that like I'm all there. So for me, they're my big reason. I also love to travel. I love to adventure. I want to be outside all the time. I want to see the world, even on rainy days. I don't mind rainy days. I want to do all this. So I need to be strong. I need to be agile. I need to be resilient. I also love to learn. So just have a brain that will be able to keep absorbing information is so important to me. So those are my reasons for creating this podcast. We have some really fun guests coming on. We have Zuzana Rogers from Runner's Edge. We're talking about bone density. That is so important as you age. Basically, once you break a hip, your lifespan and health span really decreases. After that, we have Justin Penny from Game Day Men's Health. I know Men's Health is in the name, but they actually do peptides that women can take, and women are allowed in there. Also, many women have a partner who's male, so talking about male health and how we can support them there is important. We're talking about gut health with the naturopath, how not to be on a diet with a dietitian. I have Marissa Scott from Aspire Med Spa talking about beauty from the outside and beauty from the inside, and how health is what drives beauty. Whole host of fun guests. I think heart rate variability is another one that's coming up, and women's hormones and how hormones change in perimenopause and menopause and what you can do about it. So join me for this fun adventure.
Thanks for listening to On The Ascent Health. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you found it helpful, share it with a friend and leave us a review. It helps more people discover the show. The views and opinions shared by guests on this podcast do not necessarily reflect my own or that of Ascent Health and Performance. The information provided is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice. In the next episode, the incredible Zuzana Rogers, physical therapist and owners of Runner's Edge, tells it like it is about bone density, why we lose it with age, and what you can do right now to keep your bones strong. Until next time, onward and upward.